as temperatures dip to freezing or below here and a widespread frost. But across parts of the southwest here, we are seeing more in the way of cloud arriving by the early hours, and with it some outbreaks of rain. And that's a story for tomorrow. This cloud and rain will continue to progress further north and eastwards, and as it does so, there may be some snow up over the southern highlands and across parts of Stirlingshire and the Trossachs above 200 metres. Only really the northern Isles staying largely dry and bright. But it will be a chillier day.
Today, I think I'm going to be on a race against the weather. It's a nice cold frosty morning, although it's not too frosty here, but we are in the trees, which sometimes shelters it. But it's been about -1, -2 coming up, and the forecast for today is weather fronts moving up from the southwest, and the leading edge of that's actually going to produce some sleet and hill snow as it comes north, and I'm right on the edge of it. I've just checked my weather app, the Met Office one, and I'm not sure if I'm going to win this race, but I've got all the gear. The thing that I'm most worried about is the drive back. My wife's got the car I'd usually, her car's got winter tyres on it, and I wouldn't have felt a bit as anxious about the drive back, but she's got to take our kids and some of the nieces and nephews to the soft play area today. So I've got this car. She was going to take this car, but I was working on Saturday yesterday, and you can see, I don't know if you can see behind me, the car is just full of my work stuff. I couldn't get to the office to drop it off, so I am in this car today, and I'm just hoping that when I come off the hill that it will cope all right with the roads, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But anyway, I'm going to get my gear on, and I'm going to get up here and see if I can get to the top before this snow comes in. Oh, right, let's get geared up. It didn't take me too long to get my gear ready, and I just had my small day pack. And before I knew it, I was on my way and up through this small forest. And it was looking, pretty wintry without any of the white stuff. There wasn't many leaves in the trees. And the sky was grey, and it looked like it was going to snow. And that's what happened. Small flurries started to fall through the branches as I made my way up through the forest, and I was soon exiting the forest and reaching the open moorland. Oh, I don't know if you can make it out, but the snow's starting to fall now. I've just made it out of the wooded area, so the start of this walk comes through this lovely wee wooded area, nice wee path up it and what have you. And I've been up this hill a few times and done a few vlogs from it, but I've never actually said there is a notice here, which is really quite pertinent, and I'll link to it now. It just tells you that, in winter, probably in conditions like today, if you're not prepared, you can maybe get a bit unstuck. But I'm prepared, I've got everything with me. I can see the top of the hill. I don't know if you can make it out, you probably can't over my shoulder. But my attempts to race the weather have literally failed within about 3 minutes of leaving the car. The snow started to gently fall down, and I could see when I was looking back south down the valley, it disappeared under this big grey veil, which was obviously the snow moving north. So it's quite nice there, there's no wind, snow's coming down softly at the moment. I don't think that's something that's going to stay as clear as it is at the moment by the time I get there, but I'm going to have some fun anyway. There's a nice path all the way up, I know this hill very well. So let's just see how this weather progresses as I go up the hill. Let's go. A bit further up the path there, you can see the path's now white. That's because the ground, as I said, it was -1, -2, so the ground was pretty well frozen, and it's lying quite readily. It's not too heavy yet. It's not too windy down here, although the winds are forecast to get a little bit stronger as this front moves through and moves in. So I think it'll be quite blustery on the top. It's quite pleasant at the moment, quite enjoying this. Might have to get my hard shell on if it gets any heavier, but so far so good. So that's where I'm going up behind me. You can see you might be able to see the path winding up. So into the cloud now, the mountain has disappeared, so never mind. I shall report back at the halfway point if I get there. Right, let's go. Starting to get a bit thicker, the snow now. I'll soon be stopping to get my hard shell on and my goggles, because it's blowing right into my eyes. Right, we'll stop at the lock-in, which is just a wee bit further around here. Lovely. At the lock-in it was time to stop and get the hard shell on. The snow was still coming down, and from this point on the hike gets a bit steeper and you gain a bit of altitude quicker, and the wind usually picks up and the snow usually gets a bit thicker, so it was a good time to stop and get the jacket on and the goggles out and get myself prepared for some worsening weather. Oh, just had some tea, so just wiping the crumbs from my lips. I'm at the halfway lock-in, well, I call it the halfway lock-in. Behind me, a lock and core, and distance wise it's probably just over halfway, but behind me here is the mountain. This is where the real ascent starts, and the snow will probably get thicker, the winds will probably pick up from here. So as you can see, I've got my hard shell on now, got the goggles on because it's blowing right in my eyes, as I said earlier, and my I can safely say now I've totally failed in my attempts to beat the snow or beat the weather. I'm going to embrace it and enjoy it. I've not been out for a few weeks, so it's always nice to get out for this leg stretch, and I'll report back when I'm on the way up the hill in a wee while. Right, let's get up this mountain. Woo. So I set off for the final push up the steepest part of the hill, and the snow was starting to lie a bit more readily now. There was no views at all, but I wasn't expecting there to be many views, and it was quite nice. The heather was catching the snow in between its wee branches, and it was very, very atmospheric. Anyway, it didn't take too long, and I was soon approaching the summit cairn. Now I must apologise, in the next piece of footage you'll see that the camera's a bit obscured. There was a bit of snow and ice on the lens, so I do apologise. Woo, well, here I am at the top, with these goggles back on, it's biting into my eyes. And as always on the top of this wee hill, or maybe a wee mountain, it's really exposed. It's not been too windy coming up, but it's a bit breezy up here, nothing too bad. But I could see this summit as I was driving up to this morning. There was no snow on the top at all. It was basically black, and now it's turning into a lovely white snowy winter wonderland. It's lovely. I've got, you'll be wondering what this is. I'll maybe drop back down and tell you what this is for. You see I've got my ice axe and crampons, as I always suggest you do. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop down a wee bit, maybe go back to the lock-in and get a bite to eat there out of this wind, and I'll report back to you there. But not much of a view today. Wasn't expecting one. Right, let's go. I don't know if you can see me, I've just gone past what I call the halfway lock-in behind me there. It's a wee bit less, a little bit less wild than it was on the top. It's been nice, it's not been too bad at all. And the weather seems to be getting better actually. I think the weather's moved in quicker than was forecast. Anyway, I was going to tell you what this is. This is basically just one of these dry bags. I use these quite a lot in the backpack as well. But the use of this today, it actually is covering my Sony camera, the other camera I'm filming on the GoPro at the moment. And when the weather's bad, if it got any, to be honest with you, if it got any worse, I would have kept the Sony in this dry bag and put it into my rucksack. But I've not needed to do that, so I've been able to use this camera once or twice, although if I'm being honest with you, I've used the GoPro more often. So yeah, it's nice, everything's turning white. As I said, when I drove up here this morning, there wasn't any hint of white on this hill at all. You could see it, and it was snowless. So it just shows you how quickly the conditions can change. Another reason I always bring the ice axe and crampons. You never know. It might look fine from the bottom of the hill, but when you get up there, there's been many a time I've had to use them. And I think the other thing is, if you get used to using, or get used to carrying the crampons and ice axe in the bag through the winter, even when you don't need them, it gets you used to that wee bit of extra weight and just having them on the bag at all times. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here. thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next adventure. Right, back to the car. So with that, I headed back down, and the only thing that was still preying on my mind was whether the road conditions were going to be a bit dodgy, and they were. It was a bit snowy, but I made it home in one piece. All in a day's adventure. Another fantastic wee trip.